members, dear friends, Toastmasters members. Dreams. Every young child have a dream. Was it a dream of your favorite toy, or go on vacation to Disney to visit your favorite character, or just go down the street and play with your favorite friends? Every child have a dream. I had all those dreams, plus study abroad. At the younger age, I used to love to get the monthly issue of General, the National Geography. The pictures of this day, those magazines has to be the best. I read about it, I dream about it, and then by the time I was freshman in high school, I said, you know, we need to really put this dream into action. And let me give you a little background. I'm from East Africa, excuse me, Ethiopia. I grew up in a very traditional Muslim household where a girl should go down the street to college or high school or whatever, but she just cannot venture off too far. That was our exception. I was the crazy one in my family. Middle child, too older, too younger. My parents were the kind of example I set, because I'm always on the go. I always want to do something way beyond what is really allowed within the culture. Well, my mother was passionate about education. She trusts my gut feeling. She was my supporter. And I always knew if I had something in mind, if I sell it to my mother, it's a done deal. So my goal is to stay on her good side. Always keep in touch with her. Let her know what I might dream of. I talk about this going to study abroad. I say London, I say US, but at the end I say, you know what, the more I read, the more I hear about US seems to be appealing. Because Europe is too close, people come and go. In the 70s and 60s, you don't see a whole lot of people come to the US. So by my junior year, I said this needs to be done. So I start really talking about it. And finally, by the summer before my senior year, my dream was sold to my mother. Now we just have to bring it to the dining table with everybody. First time my dad heard, what? Who went to America? How did you get there? What brought this up? I said, Dad, you know, I really don't have any good example of somebody who went there and came back and anything I can set up with. And whoever they are, I know they're out there, but I don't know how to reach them. I'm on 11th grade, you know, what do I know? Finally, my mother said, you know, she's a good student, she's a good kid. I think if she had her set on it, she could do it. I knew they had the money. And study abroad was one of those things like, if you are able to afford, you can send your kids, but it was a rare case, not like today. Today, every kid is set on study abroad. You know, I'm going to have done this, I'm going to go this, and it's a normal, it's a routine. But in the 70s and the 60s, it was a rare opportunity. Well, I was allowed, finally. Once my parents said, okay, my God, the whole neighborhood, the family, the friends, everybody has something to say about it. Why is she going there? What is there? Why did you love it? I literally hate my whole neighborhood. I said, the first thing I need to do is cut these people off. I don't know you. You have no opinion about what I do. Is she going? And I'm passing by, going to school or shop or something. I'm like, okay, I can see they talk about me. Well, come December 19, 1973. I graduated in June. By December, I'm ready to go. Got my ticket. Lufthansa airline. It leaves at midnight, at 11:30 from Addis, Boli, in Ethiopia. Landed in JFK at 4:45, December 19. The next morning, all night flight, straight flight, boom, I'm in JFK. Well, I really thought I'd done the research, but I kind of missed out on the weather on the East Coast, and I have to be there for a couple of weeks. Whew! Stepped out, it was like, whoa! I'm like, my God, how do they live here? How could one survive here? My friends, I an old parent, my family friend who worked in the UN. They came and got me. They took me home. They said, now what we want you to do, you've been traveling all night long, eat and go to bed, and tomorrow we'll show you around, show you the city. I'm in New York. The next day they took me to Macy's at Herald Square. Christmas decoration. The store, I don't know how many flights. I'm like, wow, this is really America. I love it. As long as I don't go out there to that weather, right? It was this amazing experience to just be in that store and look at it, because they took me shopping. And I didn't do any shopping. I was just like going from one floor to another. I'm on the escalator, I'm going this way, I'm looking, it was just amazing. I mean, what a way to just come in and see that. We left there after we did a little shopping, and I step out, and there's the biggest poster you can imagine was Nixon's picture. This is Watergate. Pants down, he's sitting in a stool, deep in his thought. I mean, I'm looking at it, is that the president? Wow. That's the president. It was just like, so I asked my friend, is that the president? And she said, yeah. I said, what's up? You don't have any respect for that president. I came from a country you can't speak about the government, you cannot talk about, I mean, there's no freedom of speech. We have a king, we got a royal family. No conversation about government. Everything is censored. You just keep your opinion to yourself. I'm looking at this, and I'm like, the guy who took this picture, he probably is dead. The guy who put out the poster, he's probably dead. And everything in between. And my friend was trying to tell me, yeah, it's a Watergate, it's a big scandal. They might impeach the president. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty amazing. I knew they were free, but not that free, that much free, not that much freedom. We left that, and I'm always, looking at this and looking at that. Imagine, I'm 17 and a half years old, and I'm in New York, and this is my first time leaving home, and I'm just absorbing all these things. Then they took me to their neighborhood, and one of my friends had lived in this duplex, and the lady who owned the duplex is next door, and she had a little dry cleaning, and the lady, they wanted to introduce me to the lady. So she'd been hearing about me, coming to the States. And she met me, and she had a big box of all kind of receipts and sorted through, and I'm just thinking, well, she's a business owner. She's probably doing her account receivable and this and that, because my parents were a business owner, and I understood that part. And she's saying, Mrs. Jones, what are you doing? My friend asked her, a couple of years ago, I got audited by IRS, and God forbid, I don't want to go through that. So, one thing I fear is God, no, the good Lord and IRS. I'm like, wow, who is this guy in the same policy with God? IRS? What is that all about? Does people have two gods around here? Okay, I'm learning. I mean, that whole IRS thing was just a mind blower. Especially when she said, I fear the good Lord and IRS. Scary. Who is IRS? They tried to explain. I didn't get it. And we went home, and the next day, we went out to visit Philadelphia. Once I just kind of visited Philadelphia and New York and really got down. I was heading out to Florida, and I was told Florida had good weather, same weather to what I came from, so I'm really excited to get there. 10 days later, after I really had a good visit and a good idea about the States, and especially the East Coast, I went on to Florida. When I got to Florida, it was just amazing. That's where I was going to college. Nice weather. I mean, the palm trees, everything. And, but one thing I did not believe, the culture shock. I'm a Muslim. I'm dressed up very modestly. In Florida, everybody's naked. The men have shorts here. The girls have the shortest pant, halter top, the whole wedlock. Every girl have a stroller. Are you married? No, I don't have to be married to have a kid. Everything against what I grew up. The biggest thing was, I go to the store, and I try to buy something. Everything say $19.99. I said, why can't you just say $20? Why not $2.99? I had bought a t-shirt, hand out a $20 bill, and all of a sudden, the lady is asking me for another dollar or something. And I say $19.99. I'm expecting a penny back. Don't you want to pay the taxes? This tax, does it have to be in everything? County just collect, I came from a country, you collect your taxes from your employer, from employee, property tax, not every penny. So looking at all those things, it was just, everything was a mind blower. But at the end, it was a fun thing to do. I really enjoyed my experience. It really made me humble, stronger, encouraged me to really look at everything in a different angle. So I encourage each and every one of you today, more than ever, when kids study abroad is the hardest thing going, when your son and daughter come to you pursuing their dream, I want you to encourage them. It will change their life for the better. It will make them a human being. It will make them a global citizen. So don't say I don't have money, I don't know how to get there, but please get them there. Thank you.